Hi from Chicago. Today I'll share an itinerary for one day in Chicago, some of the recommendations that I think you should do if you're ever visiting. I'll also provide a little review of this bag to see how it performs in a city walking around. Thank you to NeoSmart for sending this bag, and I'm excited to see how it goes. Now it's time to pack up the bag. The first thing you notice on this bag is this interesting magnetic clasp. I've never seen one like it before, and it's very satisfying to use. The fabric is an eco-friendly, weatherproof leather, and inside there are tons of pockets. When you're carrying a camera around, you probably need to access other items like batteries, SD cards, microphones if you're filming, so these pockets are great. It is no secret that I like to travel light. I tried to select only the essentials for one day in the city. Since I'm vlogging, I'm packing one spare battery for my camera. In a moment when I need to quickly grab a charged battery, I love that these front pockets are very easy to access. I use the other front pocket for my wallet. Then of course I need to pack my vlogging camera. The main compartment seemed roomy enough for it, and there was room to put the other item I grab most often, which is my phone. Sometimes I regret not having hand sanitizer when I'm taking trains, so I did pack them today. I also packed a small sunscreen bar since it's very hot here in Chicago right now. I packed my AirPods just in case I wanted them while walking or riding the train. And the last item was sunglasses, which I just laid right inside, which seemed okay since I planned to wear them most of the day. There you have it. Plenty of room still. I do think it is very cute and functional as well. It's completely waterproof and it may or may not rain today in the city. If it does, I'll be all set. Well, my purse will be. My body won't be, I don't have an umbrella. We're staying in Pilsen, which is the Latino neighborhood, and we're gonna get a coffee at our favorite spot, and we might check out the Mexican Art Museum, and then we'll hop on the Pink Line and go into downtown. If you stay in Chicago, it's great living near the L train. We stayed on the Pink Line, which takes you right into downtown, where it meets up with the other train lines in the loop. I'll drop a map here so you can see this loop. The public transportation in Chicago is way better than most American cities. It said it goes up to level 3. We need to go to 9. Yeah, maybe that's the one.
do have matzo ball soup, which we do roll our own matzo balls in a separate one. If you guys working on anything to drink.
What did you think about 11th Street Deli?
Here I am at the Chicago Riverwalk. If you live in this apartment, you get to have your boat docked here.
Zero to a million in 100 years, never been done. Fastest growing city in the history of planet Earth. All the way to Wrigley Field was burnt down. About 5 square miles of city, about 17,000 buildings, and about 100,000 people were left homeless like that. Without that fire, there's none of this. A fire is a pretty awesome remedy to a swamp problem. You got extra heat to remove extra moisture. On the right, you see how things always had to be built facing away from the river. This was the Civic Opera, the building. And this, when it was built, it was meant to be the most expensive and ornate opera house America had ever seen. And it was the most expensive and ornate opera house America had ever seen for exactly 3 weeks. Let's talk about this descending white staircase. Look at the base of this building just on your left. Look how it comes together like a tuning fork or a glass of champagne. They said you can't build there even if you want to. It's impossible. Foot-wide base and not a millimeter more. So when we built these are not fancy $500,000 apartments for yuppies. They were union housing. This used to be home to the elevator boys, the janitors union, and the carpenters unions and their family. Stone and brick lights up like Christmas trees at night. The Jewelers building, you can kind of see just the way the light's hitting it now. Absolutely stunning. How different Chicago could have looked without Montgomery Ward. I don't think you actually need to look.
This clasp is like the coolest thing. It's just so satisfying to open and close. Overall, I would say this is probably a better camera bag or purse if you're doing vlogging. So what I mean by that is less camera gear. You could definitely get by with a smaller vlogging camera, you know, GoPro. I have a Sony ZV-1. If you had like a big DSLR or big lenses, I think they would fit in here just fine, but you might feel like kind of weighed down. It does have really great pockets. In fact, I was surprised that this front pocket could even fit my entire wallet. I do have a small wallet, but I mean, it was the perfect size for that. If you would like to shop this bag, please use the code that I've linked below. That would help me out. Thank you to Neosmart for sending this bag, and I hope you enjoyed watching my Chicago adventures. Let me know if you have any other Chicago recommendations. Thanks for watching.